Hey, how you guys doing today? Ben Explains here with a video going over some of the news articles that have come out recently. These articles were graciously provided by the one and only Wall Street Journal. Some of the articles that we will be going over today. First off, we do have the homeless problem in Venice Beach. We will be going a little bit into that. And as well, for a little bit of overseas article, we do have the flooding in Germany. And then lastly, we wrap it all up and bring it back to the US with a potential ban on gas stoves. Surprising, right? So we'll get started with the homeless problem out in Venice. Venice, California and Venice Beach has been a home to many historical sites as well as historical figures. But over time, and especially recently with this pandemic, we have seen an explosion of the issue that is homelessness in the area. Currently, there's about 200 homeless residents at Venice Beach, whom all have been offered temporary 6 months housing, as well as other social support from the local and state governments there. Personally, as quoted in the article, it says, many of these people have become accustomed to the life that they do live, and some it will take a lot of hard work to break the habits they have set in stone. Personally, for you, if you were living on a beach for the last 5 years and someone offered you a traditional lifestyle, what do you think that you would do in that situation? Well, moving overseas now, we're going to be looking at Germany and the flooding that has been going on there. It has been reported that 170 residents have been injured or killed by the floods that have been happening, and reports say that this is the worst flooding that they have seen in decades. 4 of the confirmed dead are firefighters and or first responders to the circumstances, and many of these first responders had to go in, wake up residents for them to evacuate their villages and their townships to try to get everyone safe as possible. And then lastly, we have the ban on gas stoves. We're seeing this originate on the West Coast, with Seattle as well as California starting to bring this idea to light. A lot of pushback though is coming from this. Primarily, we are seeing pushback from the restaurants and restaurant industries. Quoted George Chen from China Live. He said, removing the gas stove from the restaurant pulls away the taste, quality, and texture of the food that is created with the flame. Quoted as he also is saying, he believes in clean energy, in that which he drives an electric car and does pay premium for that technology because it is not only good for him, but it is good for the environment as well. Although he sticks true to the traditional cooking. And that's going to be our brief recap today for July 17th. And those were our 3 articles that we had gone over. The homeless problem in Venice Beach, the flooding in Germany, and lastly, the potential ban on gas stoves. And then wrapping up with gas stoves, however, we do see some carbon emissions with it, but when you do look at it, most of the issues and carbon emissions that do come along with homes as well as businesses reside in heating and cooling. So you're going to be looking at your refrigerator, your AC units, and then in the winter you're going to be looking at heating the house also. And that's where the primary use of carbon emissions does come from. Typically, it is not cooking. As one of the senators had said, let's tackle the big ones first. Thank you.